Back to the show this morning. Alana has given us some information during the first two segments dealing with gender harassment, and the second segment she used the murder of Emmett Till in 1954 as an example of how this gender harassment has impacted not only people in the United States, but also people in schools and everywhere else. And so we would like to now have you to talk about, Alana, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, because I think that somehow you've tied this organization in with the Emmett Till murder. Let's talk about it from that perspective.
Well, the NAACP was, let's say, made in 1914, which was 2 years after the Titanic sank in 1912. So this this group, nobody knew about it. The NAACP, which stood for the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, was just a group of African Americans, and they only had one white member when they first joined. So they all got together and they decided, we're going to end segregation. This is what we're going to do. And I think Martin Luther King was an active member of the NAACP. And he held protests with his wife, Coretta Scott King. And they joined together, they joined forces to make a big global international wave of we're going to end segregation and you are not going to stop us. This kind of theme.
Okay, and so the NAACP, now finally you indicated that gender harassment is also international, and there's a very, very important international event that people generally talk about now, and this is Coney 2012. What do you know about that, and how would you fit that into what we call gender harassment? We've got about 7 to 8 minutes on this last segment to talk about this very, very important international event.
Well, considering 98% of the world does not know who Joseph Kony is or Kony 2012, I'm going to explain to you what Kony 2012 is and how it is affect Ugandan children in northern Uganda. Okay, so say you live in Uganda, you know, you have a regular life, and a man in the middle of the night comes to your house and he snatches you, and he takes you. If you're a girl, you will become a sex slave, and if you're a boy, you will become a child soldier who kills your own parents and goes around killing random Ugandan people. Imagine that ever happened to you. Well, that's what happened to over 33,000 children in northern Uganda. So, okay, so Joseph Kony, who reportedly died in 2005, he's the head leader of the LRA, which is the group that steals children from their homes in Uganda, and they take them and they make them either sex slaves or children soldiers. Now, Joseph Kony doesn't do this for any certain reason, and you know he's not supported by anybody. But the thing is, he uses I'm gonna stop this, and he uses peace to get more people to be on his side, and then he just turns around and goes back to his old ways. Now, Joseph Kony, who is an African man from Uganda, he just decided that he's going to take these children and nobody's going to stop them. But there is this organization, Invisible Children Incorporated, who made this Kony 2012 video, which has got over 83 million views on YouTube. So what the video talks about is how Jason, who was one of the leaders of the Invisible Children, he has a son, Gavin. And Gavin grows up in this world of all these technical devices and all of this technical things. And so he has to explain to his son that he does all this stuff, and he even kidnaps children like Gavin, who was a Caucasian 6-year-old boy. So he has to explain this to his own son and to face the scary reality of the world, what the world has become. Because Gavin is the new generation of the world. He is the future of the world, just like I am and just like you are. We are all the new generation of the world. So he has to explain to his son how this is all happening, and he has this, it just breaks my heart to watch this video, to watch him turn these boys into troops, and to watch these girls be sexually abused and sexually harassed. And that's how it ties in with gender harassment in the arena.
And so in a real